I'm gonna be honest, I never really thought I would be doing a video like this ever again, but we have actually got concept art from the canned Damian Wayne game that WB Montreal were working on a couple of years ago. Now, this leak does come from 4chan, and from what I see, it's actually really reliable, and I'll actually get into that once we've seen the concept art. So this piece of concept art shows Gotham City, and you can see that we have a really battered down Wayne Enterprises with a really kind of futuristic looking GCPD, Ace Chemicals, and GothCorp in the background. Now, this is a really cool concept and really cool idea, and really gives off the real skyscraper effect that Gotham really is all about. And it really gives me kind of Batman Beyond vibes here, because obviously it's set quite a bit after Arkham Knight. But I really like the look of this, the whole rundown aspect, since Batman is gone, or Batman is now retired, and in this version of the game, crime is bigger, it's badder, and it's really taking a toll on Gotham. And you can actually see that again here in this piece of concept art as well. You can see that Damian Wayne's Batman is actually riding through the very empty streets of Gotham on a bat bike, which is a really cool inclusion that I really hope we get in the new Batman game. And you can see that graffiti on pieces of building is saying the end is here. But you can also see in the corner very futuristic, very rich looking news buildings and skyscrapers. So maybe there are certain parts of Gotham that are really run down, and there was going to be really certain parts of Gotham that were really rich, kind of like we saw in Batman Arkham Knight. Now, the next couple of pieces of concept art are actually character designs, and to kick them off, we actually have Gorilla Grodd, which is a bit interesting because he's primarily a Flash villain, but I guess that he was going to be a replacement for Bane as the kind of heavy kind of enemy type that Bane really was in Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Origins. And he looks really cool. I think he looks amazing with the really epic red eyes and the kind of battle armor, and obviously his drink, because he is one of the smartest beings in the DC universe. And also a shock kind of glove, which could have been like a new weapon type for enemies to use, which would have been really cool. And it would have been cool to see like other apes as well, because obviously Gorilla Grodd, if you don't know, leads an ape army, and it would have been cool to like fight those in Gotham like a secret ape army. It would have been really weird, but it would have been a really cool addition. Okay, this next one is kind of weird. This is Poison Ivy, and if any of you ever played Arkham Knight, you might have missed this, but Poison Ivy kind of died, so I don't really understand why she was in this one. I do believe it is probably a copycat villain, because it looks like she's using, around her waist she has like vials of like spores, so I think that instead of having like manipulative powers over plants, she uses like research that obviously Dr. Pamela Isley obviously did on plants, and she uses that to her advantage. And maybe she was like a replacement for Scarecrow, because it looks like these are intoxicating plants, so maybe it would have been like something that Batman could have had dream sequences in, which would have been like the replacement for Scarecrow. So really we're kind of seeing replacements for characters, which we do see in another concept art in a minute. But it looks really weird and it looks really new, but I think I actually kind of like it. I think it's a really cool look, and it would have been really cool to see. So here we have the new concept or design for what was going to be the new Black Mask, and I really like this design as well. I think it's really dark, it's really creepy. She has like a syringe and she has a hammer with blood in it, and this is just really emphasizing how dark Black Mask is. Obviously it is a replacement for Black Mask, and it's probably a copycat kind of villain, or people, it was a rumor that it was going to be Vicky Vale, which doesn't really make sense to me, or it was also a rumor that she was going to be like Black Mask's daughter. But that doesn't really make sense to me either. But this design looks really cool. The way the mask kind of fits with the costume, it's really dark and it's quite sinister and creepy, and I really like the tone that they were going with this game. It really fits really well with what the Arkham series could have gone on to be, and I really like this design. It's really creepy, sinister, and really feels like Black Mask. Here we actually have our final villain design, and it's of Two-Face. It's like an older version of Two-Face, and it's a really cool updated version. You see that he's going grey in the hair, and he's getting older, and his costume is kind of really, it's really like what the comics is like, and kind of what we see in the Arkham series. He's also got like a huge coat over him, which is a really nice addition, and he was actually meant to be the main villain as the judge, and it would have been a really cool change of pace to see him become the main villain, because they kind of teased it at the end of Arkham City, and he was kind of underused in my opinion in Arkham Knight. But I really like this design. I think it's new, it's fresh, and it feels dark, just like Black Mask and the other villains have. And here we actually have our final concept art, and it's actually Dick Grayson. And I'm not too keen on the design, but I do really like the design. It's meant to be an older, more rough, more grumpy kind of version of Dick Grayson. Obviously his hair is shaved off, and it looks like he has gone through a lot. So I think that does fit well with the tone that they were trying to go for. But apart from that, it looks pretty cool, and I would have really liked to see this, an older kind of Dick Grayson in the game. But that's not the video over, because this leaker has also given us information about what kind of stuff we'd see in the game and what WB Montreal and Rocksteady are actually up to. So apparently Damian Wayne is obviously going to be Batman, and Bruce is retired and his son has taken the position as the Caped Crusader. The game was going to feature a rundown Gotham, the Batbike, which is just beautiful, and the Nemesis system, kind of like the ones from Middle-earth, the Middle-earth series. And as for characters, we would have got Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Black Mask, Gorilla Grodd, Penguin with no concept art, old Bruce Wayne with no concept art and he's retired Batman, and Flamingo with no concept art, which is a really, really, really different kind of idea, but is a really, really cool idea. Now, he says that WB Montreal are like 100% working on a new Batman game, which is likely the one we've been hearing about with the Court of Owls. And he also says that Rocksteady Studios are working on a superhero creation type of game, which is kind of like a DC's Destiny or DC's Anthem kind of thing, which is kind of interesting, but not really what I expected, but I'll give it a chance, and it seems quite interesting. But what do you guys think? I think that we can practically trust this guy, considering the fact that he's actually given us evidence of what the game would have been like. So I think we should watch out for what this person has to say, and I think do take what he has to say about WB Montreal and Rocksteady with a grain of salt, but it is very believable in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Please tell me in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe for more Batman Arkham updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!